What if the man you loved asked you to become something other than human? What if love meant sacrificing everything you are? This is the story of a woman who married a dragon and discovered that the price of his love was becoming a monster herself.
Her name was Isadora. And 3 months ago, she made the most beautiful mistake of her life. It started small, a burning in her chest that wouldn't go away. Pain like her heart was too big for her rib cage. She ignored it, thought it was love, thought it was passion. But then, the changes came. The first scale appeared on her collarbone. Just one, shimmering blue-silver, iridescent in the light. She thought it was a birthmark. She thought it was strange. She didn't tell anyone. By the second week, there were dozens, spreading across her shoulders, down her spine, forming patterns that were too perfect to be random, too beautiful to be natural. By the third week, she couldn't hide them anymore. And that's when her husband, the Dragon King, finally told her the truth about what his love was doing to her. She found him in his dragon form. That's when you could see what he really was. Massive, ancient, scales that reflected fire, eyes that held thousands of years of hunger. You knew, she said. Not a question, an accusation. He didn't deny it. You knew this would happen to me, and you married me anyway. And the Dragon King did something she had never seen a dragon do. He looked ashamed.
To understand what happened next, you need to understand how we got here. Isadora wasn't a peasant who fell into a dragon's cave. She was a warrior princess, trained since childhood. She could kill with a sword better than most men could run. She had suitors who offered her kingdoms, and she rejected them all. Because when she was 25 years old, she met the Dragon King. Not the dragon, the king. He appeared at her father's court in human form, impossibly beautiful. Hair like midnight, eyes like molten silver, hands that looked like they'd never held anything but gentle things. He was a liar, but she didn't know that yet. He courted her for 3 months, told her she was the most beautiful thing he'd ever seen, told her she was the only human worth knowing, told her that 1,000 years of life meant nothing before he met her. And she believed him, because he meant every word. Dragons don't lie about obsession. They don't have the emotional complexity for it. They feel things in absolutes, and he felt her in absolute. Completely. Totally. With no reservation. She had never been loved like that before. So when he asked her to marry him, to become his mate, his dragon queen, she said yes. She didn't ask what that meant. She didn't ask what the cost would be. But dragons don't mate with humans. A human body can't survive being loved by a dragon. The magic is too intense,
The bond is too consuming. A human heart literally can't handle the obsession. So there's only one solution. The human has to change. The moment you marry a dragon, your body begins the transformation. Your magic merges with his. Your humanity starts to burn away. In time, months, maybe a year, you become something new, something other. Something that can survive being loved by a creature that loves in absolutes. A dragon queen. But the Dragon King had made a choice. He loved her, but he never told her the cost of that love. He let her believe she would remain human. He let her believe their love would be simple. Instead, he was slowly turning her into a monster. When the truth came out, Isadora wanted to leave him. She didn't want to become a dragon. She didn't want to lose her humanity. She wanted to go back to who she was. And the Dragon King said something that trapped her forever. You can't. The transformation can't be stopped. Once the bond is made, it's irreversible. The only way to survive it is to let it finish, to complete the change, to become what he needed her to become. The only alternative was death. So she had a choice: become a dragon and live, or remain human and die slowly as the transformation tore her apart from inside. She was trapped. But that's when things got darker. Because the Dragon King didn't see it as trapping her. He saw it as finally making her understand. You can't be with a dragon and remain human, he told her. His voice neither cruel nor kind, just fact. It's not cruelty, it's incompatibility. Your species can't match mine, so you have to become my species. And the worst part? He was right. As the weeks went on, as more scales covered her skin, as her senses began to sharpen into something not human, Isadora realized something terrifying. She could feel his love. Before the transformation, she loved him in the human way. Butterflies, nervousness, the warmth of skin on skin. But now that she was becoming like him, she could feel his obsession directly. It wasn't a feeling in her heart anymore. It was woven into her cells, into her bones, into the very magic that was consuming her. He didn't just love her. He was possessing her. And she could feel every moment of it. But here's the thing that breaks you when it happens. The more she became like him, the more she could understand him. And the more she understood him, the less she could blame him. The Dragon King wasn't evil. He was just other. His emotions didn't work like human emotions. He couldn't imagine a world where his mate remained separate from him. The concept was like asking a human to love someone while not thinking about them, not dreaming about them, not wanting to be near them constantly. It was impossible. For a dragon, obsession isn't a flaw. It's love in its purest form. So when Isadora looked at him now, as her human eyes faded and her dragon eyes opened, she couldn't hate him. She couldn't even blame him. She could only understand that she had made an impossible choice.
She had chosen to love something that couldn't help but consume her. And now she was becoming the only thing that could survive being consumed. By the 3rd month, she barely remembered being human. Her wings had unfurled from her back, deep blue shot through with gold, like the night sky holding starlight. Her horns had grown in, small and delicate and beautiful. Her skin was now completely covered in scales, iridescent and hard as diamond. Her eyes reflected light like a dragon's eyes. Her heart beat with a rhythm that synchronized with his. She was almost done transforming. And the worst part wasn't the pain or the strangeness or the loss of her humanity. The worst part was that she was happy. For the first time in her life, she felt complete. The obsession she could now feel from him, it no longer felt like possession. It felt like belonging. It felt like Finally, being loved by someone who understood her completely. Not the human parts of her, the essential parts. The core of who she was. The Dragon King had seen that core all along. So when she completed the transformation, when her last human heartbeat faded and her dragon heartbeat took over, when her last human thought transformed into dragon consciousness, she didn't fight it. She surrendered to it. And as she soared through the sky for the first time on her own wings, as she felt the wind carry her toward the stars, as she felt his presence next to her, an ancient dragon king and his new dragon queen, she asked herself a question. Was this love? Or was this the most beautiful trap? And she realized she no longer knew the difference. The question that haunts every dragon mate is this: did you choose him? Or did he choose you? Did you transform because you wanted to become a dragon? Or because you couldn't survive loving him as a human? Isadora was a warrior princess, trained and strong and fearless. She had more choice than most. She knew what she was getting into. She made an informed decision. And it still destroyed who she was. Because love, real love, dragon love, absolute love, doesn't ask for your permission. It just consumes you. And if you're smart, if you're brave, if you're willing to lose everything you are, you let it.